Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Good to be back. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. And there's a lot of stories to tell. I'm not going to dive into any of those just yet. I'm just excited for the Coaching Corner. The Coaching Corner is a really unique space that was created with you in mind. And we're excited about it. Oh, man, that's how we're starting it off today. I like it. Shaka says, I just became a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Let's go to the comments scene and let's get that right. There we go. Shaka says, just became a member. Hold up. That means we need some horns. We need some cheering, some clapping. Shaka, welcome to the family, bro. Welcome to the family. Just became a member on YouTube. Want to say a word of thanks to you, man, for coming through. This is what it's all about. What Shaka has done, he's essentially clicked that blue join button wherever you're watching, right? You got to be watching on YouTube. That's the only place I'm streaming Coaching Corner. And he clicked that blue join button and signed up. And what he is essentially doing, he's enabling us to continue putting out this kind of content on a regular, consistent basis. And I want to say a word of thanks to you, Shaka, for becoming part of the solution, becoming part of the HIAW family. And listen, there are some perks that go along with being a member. And so I'm going to make sure that we're going to give you a quick shout out in the members section of YouTube. And we're going to do some other things as well. If you want to become a member, man, just click that blue join button right here on YouTube. And I cannot wait to have you join us here on the channel for membership. Man, what a day. What a day. What a day. What a day. I'm supposed to start here and just kind of share couple of different things that are on my mind. I have these two words in my mind, but I'm gonna save that for like one of the morning motivations or something, because it's wildly, a different space. It's not really coaching. But I want to say this, man. When you can get out of your normal routine, when you can get into spaces that you don't normally get into, when you can break up the monotony of what it is that you do on a regular basis and try something new, dare I say, travel to somewhere and maybe even experience a different culture, like expand your horizons, broaden your perspectives, shift your worldview. When you can do that, it has this overarching effect. It really takes on its own life. And one of the things I had the chance to do over the last week and change was to visit a number of countries. In fact, we were on a Mediterranean cruise that went to Rome. Well, we started in Rome, Mythos, which is in Greece, Santorini. Then we went to Ephesus, aka in the country of Turkey, which I realize I've been saying wrong my entire life. And then we ended back in Rome. But I tell you what, man, it was just so amazing to be able to go to these different places, see these things, experience different culture. As they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. But it was just amazing Pompeii and Naples, Napoli. That was the last one. I knew I was forgetting one, but that's where I've been. That's where I've been. That's why I've been missing. That's why I've been MIA. But I want to say, as a coach, right? How does this relate to being a coach? How does it relate to the Coaching Corner? What I want to say is it allows you to get into a space that you're not necessarily comfortable, but it's new. And so there's this, I'm not comfortable, but then there's this, it's kind of new. it's kind of fresh. It's kind of challenging me. It's kind of allowing me to recognize that maybe the way that I've always seen it, way I've always done it, maybe the way that I've always thought was correct, maybe in a different context, it could be off. So there's just a lot of different ways that getting into these new spaces will really have effect and impact on all that you do. And I see some of you are coming into the chat. 5 of you on the live with us today. Mini Scenes DB is here with us. I think that's Tracy. I could be saying it wrong. But I'm so excited that you guys are here with us today. But these are some of the things that I wanted to kind of bring back and share with you, man. It was a absolute blast. I mean, a absolute blast, being able to just hang out and do our thing. And one of the things about being on a cruise ship as well is that it allows you the comforts of home, even though you're in a different space. All right. So on the cruise ship, we had our own, the regular outlets and plugs that we're used to from the States. On the cruise ship, we had pizza and all the different foods that we're used to. On the cruise ship, you had your bed, you had your stuff hung up, you had to shower, you had things that you were used to. On the cruise ship, you had the comforts of home. But then you would go out on these excursions when we were at port every stop on the way, and you'd be in these other countries and you'd be in these other spaces, and they charged you a certain amount to actually use the restroom, which I'm told is very common all over Europe. And you hear different ways of saying the things that you're used to saying because people are speaking English, but with their own bend, with their own natural leaning, with their own accent, if you will. Not necessarily saying that it's right or wrong, or that our way is right or wrong. It was different. And different was freeing. Different was challenging. Different was a new experience. And different allowed me to review what I have been doing, how I have been doing things in different ways. Nothing quite like getting out of your comfort zone, doing something new, seeing something new, experiencing something new, and bringing that back with an eye towards how can I shift what it is I do and allow it to be more broadly applicable to an audience that I am still learning on a regular basis. And in today's coaching corner, one of the first takeaways I want you to leave with as we huddle in this midweek, in the middle of the middle, as they say, right? This is the midday of the week, in the middle of the day, right? At noon on Wednesday, we have what we used to call the midweek huddle, but now we call it the coaching corner with Coach Kirk. And I'm telling you, your first takeaway for today is don't shy away from new experiences. Don't shy away from new experiences. My wife and I like to say it this way. Look at the opportunity, whether it's a challenge or if it's a win, whatever. If it's an obstacle, if it's a smooth sailing or the wind is at your back, look at the opportunity and say, what have you come to teach me? What have you come to teach me? What have you come to teach me? Don't shy away from new experiences. In fact, lean into them. Lean into them, because after you've had that experience, you can now make a determination. You now have under your belt, you have street cred, and you have lived experiences. You can draw from those. I'm going to tell a story a little later in the coaching corner. Remind me, moderators and friends, remind me to tell this story. It's a story about it's a story about status. I'll just leave it there. I don't want to give too much away, but just say, hey, you were going to tell us a story about status, and I'll make sure to share with you that story. Let me do some check-ins here in the chat. Let's see what we got going on. One of the things I'm going to check out, I'm going to do some check-ins in a second, but I want to say this as we get into everything today. The coaching corner is, as I mentioned, that midweek huddle. It is a time. Interested to see Kirk's t-shirt in view of recent developments. Can't wait to see what he has to say in terms of updates. Oh my word. Yeah. I decided to wear, I have on the StreamYard t-shirt because I'm getting ready to record a StreamYard video, highlighting some of their new features and then asking some critical questions. But I digress. What I want to share right here at the beginning, yes, number one, lean into new experiences. Look at those opportunities and say to them, what have you come to teach me? But finally, I want to say this. There is something that is absolutely amazing that happens when you get into a space where others can look at what you're doing, where others can provide constructive criticism and feedback. They may see some things you're doing and operating in genius that you may not see. It's not always negative. I want to say that as well. The coaching corner is not always where you're going to come in and get beat down. The coaching corner is where sometimes somebody might be saying, hey, that thing you did right there, do more. That's gold. That's what this space is intended to be. There's something that's magical about that. And whether you hire me as your coach or not, whether you are one of those people that just decide, you know what, Kirk's going to be my coach, but I may never sign up for a coaching session, but I'm going to just keep coming every Wednesday at noon, and he's going to be my coach. I don't mind that. But wherever you find yourself, if you can structure your profession, you can structure your content, you can structure your family life, your finances in a way that you have a space where you can receive feedback and criticism from someone who is interested in your success, it will be of benefit to you. And with that said, let's dive into our show. Oh, yes. And we're back, and we're back, and we're back, and we're back, and we're back. I see several of you already chiming in. Mini Scenes GB, Equip Institute, G. Albert is with us today, Darius O'Kane. Shaka started us off by saying he joined membership, and I'm super excited about that. I want to make sure that you guys know that our masterclass is coming up October 4, Friday, October 4, slightly different time. We had to do a slightly different time to accommodate our guest facilitator this month, which is none other than Kat Mulvihill. In fact, I'm going to record a promo for this masterclass in today's video. In today's show, I'm going to record it. I recorded last month during one of our shows, and I'm going to do that again today. Let's see if we can find this thing. There it is. And that's the masterclass right there. See, that's the masterclass. Content Planning Masterclass, Friday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Central Time. In this free masterclass, learn the importance of content planning, a typical process, and the steps to build your own content planner. Bonus live Notion demo from the Notion Ninja herself. Kat Mulvihill is my guest. She's a speaker. She is a presenter. She's a training facilitator. She is also a YouTuber and somebody that I respect. I'm excited to have her come and join us. Yes, replay access available to members, 24-hour replay on YouTube. Go to kirkarnugent.live. Ooh, that's not the right one. It's not Topic MC, it's Masterclass. I clicked on the wrong one, y'all. That's what happens. That's what happens. In fact, I recognize it's the wrong one because the right one, actually, my guest is bigger and she is in front. So this is actually the correct one. That's right. kirkarnugent.com/masterclass to view and attend the class. So Kat Mulvihill is a presenter. I'm behind her. You see what happens there? And let me tell you, Equip Institute is not wrong at all. She is phenomenal, super fantastic. Definitely somebody that I am glad to have in front of the audience, and hoping that we will definitely have a great time on Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m. Central Time. Absolutely. What a title. Absolutely Average says, hey, Kirk, just been watching some of your videos and subscribe. I love that. Subscribe. I don't have the dark mode option in StreamYard. Been trying to turn it on. Hey, listen, I'm getting ready to do a video all about that. And so let's see if we can show you. So here is StreamYard on my this is my computer. You would go right here to where it says my account. Go to my account. And you would go down to right here where it says switch to dark mode, and bang, there's dark mode. Oh, daring duck of mystery, champion of right, steps out of the shadows. Okay, let me stop singing Darkwing Duck, because none of y'all know anything about that, right? I'm by myself with that one, right? Nobody's aware of Darkwing Duck. That's not a thing. Also, if you go into the studio itself, if you go into settings and go into general, right there in general, you can go right down to the bottom where it says appearance. You see where it says appearance right there? And you can actually toggle between light and dark. So that's where it is when you get the feature. When you get the feature, that's where it is. I hope that is helpful to you. Yeah, that option is not there for me, he says. Yeah. Hey, listen, it is what it is. It took me a while to get the option, to get that function, to get that feature. So it took me a while to get it. So I think that a lot of accounts will get it when they renew. I don't think you get the features before you renew. And I think that's where the major thing is, because are these features worth the price of renewal, right? With that higher price. And so all of those pieces are going to weigh into all the different things that we have going on. I know you've been watching some of my videos, so you know that there's a major price hike on the horizon coming from StreamYard. So definitely something to think about there. Not in the studio settings either, but thanks for the heads up. Absolutely. That's where it's supposed to be. But yeah, it's not there. Michael, what's going on, sir? Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us today. Always good to have you with us. Let me catch up on some comments here. I just want to say this one more time to Shaka. Shaka just became a member on YouTube. And this is what we're trying to do here, y'all. Like, we have 3 different tiers that you can work with us under. Number 1, that is working with us as a YouTube member, right? You can work with us as a YouTube member, and we would love that. We would love that. In fact, let me go back to let's go back to our split screen here. There we go. We'd love that. We'd love for you to work with us as a YouTube member. And you can see that right here on the side of the screen here. YouTube member gets badges. They get YouTube member only live streams. There's a little bit of community access that you have access to. And then we do some behind the scenes content for our YouTube members. But the main thing with YouTube members is that you are enabling us to continue putting out content like this. And so one of the things what is a dream of mine is that the content would support me in such a way that I wouldn't have to focus on anything else except for just delivering content. So I wanted to kind of highlight that. And Shaka has just joined us. He is a new member in our YouTube membership. But then there's also one level up from that, which is Workers Warehouse membership. And in the warehouse, we have a number of resources, all my courses and content, both current and future, right? All the graphics, current and future, streaming templates, current and future, live masterclasses and replays, right? Monthly meetup, you get 1 coaching session per year, and downloadable resources and equipment lists. All of that is for $500 a year or $45 a month, whichever one works for you. Most are signing up at the annual rate. That's actually what we're preferring. That's what we're suggesting. That's what we're recommending. But some have requested to be able to do the monthly, and that's okay too. It's not publicly advertised. You actually have to request it. Drop us an email at info@howitallworks.com, and we'll be able to get that for you. Then the 3rd tier is video coaching. Coaching, you can do coaching 1 session a month, 2 sessions a month, 4 sessions a month, and the prices are all there, $350, $600, or $1,000. And coaching includes Workers Warehouse membership. So if you're a coaching client, you get Workers Warehouse membership. That means all the graphics, all the things, monthly meetup, the replays from the master classes, all the stuff, graphics, templates, designs, all that stuff. You get it when you become a coaching client. So those are the 3 different ways that we'd love to be able to work with you. I'm just pulling up this page for you to be able to see that. I did want you to be able to see the masterclass page as well. And boom, boom. We changed up the masterclass page a little bit, y'all. So masterclass, you can see monthly masterclass series. Every month we do a free masterclass session open to all as an added value to our community and to provide a window into what the Workers Warehouse has to offer. October, content planning masterclass with guest presenter Kat Mulvihill. Learn the importance of a content plan, typical process, and steps to build your own bonus live Notion demo. She is the Notion Ninja, so we're definitely excited about that. 8 days, 21 hours, 39 minutes, and 48, 47, 46 seconds. Mark your calendars for the masterclass. So definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check that out. It's right there on the website, kirkarnugent.com/masterclass. You can see that there. Plus, my moderators will put in the chat Don't miss it. Masterclass public replay only available for 24 hours. But in addition, you can see down here in the bottom, you have the September class, you have the August class, and you have the May class. All of these, I don't have a clue what happens if I click get access. Yeah, get access takes you to the Workers Warehouse members page. So if you're not logged in there, you don't have access. You actually don't have access. But if you do have access, you would click it and it would actually take you to the actual video because they're all available inside the warehouse. Access unlimited replay, boom, 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 join today. Then you also have the 3 things that we talked about before, and you can go to our services. Listen, it's a web of things that we have put together here, but I'm hoping that you guys will check it out. I'm hoping that you'll take advantage of some of the features and functions and resources that we have made available to you. All right, let's get back to some comments. I think we've had some fun there. Let's go back to here. Mini scenes. Yes, Tracy. I did say it right. It is Tracy. It is Tracy. I wanted to make sure that I had that name correct. Tracy is in the house. I like it. I like it. I like it. She said, I'm wondering what that T-shirt means. We'll see. I don't really have a whole lot more to add on it. But I did hear some other things that I will say is very interesting. And I will say that the jury's not out yet, Tracy. On the jury's not out yet on whether the pricing hike will hold. I think the uproar that they're seeing is giving them some pause. Whether or not they'll change it, I have no idea. But there are people. Can I just be honest? There are people that are still using my affiliate link for StreamYard to sign up at the new prices. I've received several affiliate sign up commissions over the last week or two. I'm talking about several. And so people are signing up at the new prices. So there's something to be said there as well, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how things shake out. So this is the comment I was responding to. I have on the StreamYard shirt today, and for those that are unaware, there's been a major shakeup at StreamYard. They were purchased earlier in the year by a company called Bending Spoons, and then while they were relatively quiet for those first few months, they did churn out a couple of new features, but those features are kind of being dangled like a carrot because they have made some significant shifts in the pricing structure for the platform. And so while StreamYard was kind of one of the go-to web-based streaming platforms out there, I mean, it's literally kind of the standard. It's like, oh, let's just use StreamYard, even though people meant something else. It's kind of like the Kellogg's, Frosted Flakes kind of a deal where people meant something else, but they were just using that term. So Colgate, right? I mean, Colgate is an actual brand, but people just meant toothpaste. And so StreamYard kind of had that feel in the community. But with this new purchase and this new pricing plan, a lot of people find themselves kind of out in the cold, looking for another option. So I've been putting out a lot of content on my channel, helping people to not only see what some of the other options are and get a real taste and feel of it, but also the last video I put out this past Sunday, I hope that you guys got a chance to check it out, is a full transition guide. It is a full transition guide of how to move from StreamYard to Ecamm. And so let me just put that up on the screen here real quick. If you go to howitallworks.com, you'll get this page, and the first video right there is from StreamYard to Ecamm. Let me zoom that in, from StreamYard to Ecamm. And I have a picture of Ecamm here, and I have a picture of StreamYard here. And so, yeah, would love for you to be able to check that out. Howitallworks.com is always going to have the latest content that I have on there. This is the season finale of the Why I Go Live podcast. This is my latest coaching content. I've got a couple more videos coming in that series here pretty soon. This video was actually dropped today, my latest creator motivation video podcast content. And this one is a quote by Albert Einstein. So definitely would love for you to be able to check those things out. We've got a number of shorts that have been dropping on the channel as well. So all of our content is available right there on howitallworks.com. So would love for you to be able to check that out. Would love for you to be able to check that out. Oh, that's not what I was hoping for. Let's get back. Oh, that's what I should have done. All right. So Tracy, thank you for the comment. Let me see what Albert's talking about. I know I'm way behind in my comments right now. He says, I worked with 2 others last night to teach Bible study on the 7 churches of Revelation. Our part was on Ephesus, one of your stops. That is so correct. So the cruise, I was working with a media ministry that was actually tracking those the path of Paul, the Apostle Paul, for those who are familiar with the Apostle Paul and Ephesus and some of the other places, but we were tracking that in some of the things that we're sharing and the content that was being shared on the cruise as well. So thank you for that, G. Albert. Wow, Cat will be super fantastic. I couldn't agree more. We did respond to Absolutely Average. I know that's not your real name, but that's such a dope channel name, because I think that encompasses a lot. So Tracy says, definitely looking forward to that. Hey, one other thing, I think Tracy is a new member on the channel as well. And one of the things that YouTube members also gain access to is our masterclass content. You can't watch it unless you're a member, whether on Workers Warehouse or on YouTube. So definitely a lot of functionality, a lot of features, a lot of benefits and perks to be able to do that. Let me see here. Micah Fleming says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you as well. Let's see here. I pay $200 a year. I think it's lifetime guarantee, but that was before they sold SY. So I'm kind of with you. But I don't know if that means we are at the back of the list, because I have access to like 5 different accounts, so I'm able to showcase the features. But my direct account, it only has dark mode. Some of the other functions I don't have access to yet, like the reusable studio and the camera shapes. I don't have access to those yet, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do for us, but it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. So hopefully that lifetime guarantee has, bearing for all of us, because I have heard some horror stories that thing is not holding up. Dr. Bashar is on the live. What's good, sir? Thank you so much for coming through. And of course, Florence Donald, always Johnny on the spot. She has info@howitallworks.com. Drop us an email if you're interested in membership that is not $500 a year. If you want it to be monthly, drop us an email. We'll work something out if you absolutely need it. Oh, Tiffany Henderson, that's been a minute, sis. Thank you so much for coming through. Always good to have you come through and hang out with us today. It's 15 of you guys on the live, and I'm excited about it. Thank you so much for coming through, Tiffany. I hope things are going well for you, sis. It's been a long time. Looks like VidIQ are trying Restream. Oh, wow. That's big. VidIQ was a major proponent of StreamYard, so really cool. Yeah, I could not agree with you more, Tracy. And I think that a lot of people find themselves in that category of it's the principle of the thing that has pissed us off, really. So but I also find, so from a content perspective, right? This is a coaching corner, so this is such a relevant topic, relevant question to pose. Like, so from a content perspective, I have long moved away from StreamYard. I use Ecamm for pretty much all my content, all of my live shows, my own. Now, I still have a number of clients that use a myriad of things. Some are using EVMux, a number are using StreamYard, and they have no intention of moving from StreamYard, even though I messaged all of my clients and said, hey, StreamYard has made a big change. Make sure you check before you let it auto-renew. Several have said, we don't care, because of the end goal, right? So their end goal of why they're creating content is far greater than any price increase. And so because these are business clients and they have hired me on to be able to provide a particular service, they don't care. So for them, it's like, no, StreamYard has the structure that we've already gotten used to. We don't care what the price is. We're going to continue using it. And so this is the question. As a creator, right, I have a particular way that I feel about what has happened and how they've handled it. And I share that with you guys very readily here in my live shows, but in the content, because the content is going to be around forever. And I want my content to be evergreen. Even if you listen to the way that I've done the last few videos, I'm trying to be as general as possible, kind of give people some of the bullet points, and then here's what I'm covering. And so there's a lot of weaving in and out that you kind of have to do, because as a creator, I still need to speak to this community who is utilizing all of these platforms, to be clear, not just StreamYard, but all of the platforms for the purposes of getting their message out there. Ecamm is a great option, but not everybody has a Mac. And of course, it is a little, for some people, it feels like it's a little more complicated. For some people, they need to have somebody managing comments and managing guests. And so they need that web-based experience. And so it is a challenge. So I cannot necessarily just say, bang, here's the one platform everybody should use. I'm saying to everybody, you've got to work with what's best for you. And for many people who have followed this channel for a long time, they know that, well, or not, I shouldn't say they know. Many people that have followed this channel for a long time are very upset with how StreamYard has handled this transition, how Bending Spoons is enacting or enabling or implementing, I should say is the term, implementing their changes and not doing anything for long-standing subscribers and supporters of the platform who literally, some of us have been with StreamYard since day one, before they went public when it was a private beta. So that's the kind of disgust that Tracy's talking about, and I totally agree with her. Yes, if you can, definitely check out the watch page. It has a lot of content on there. Is there a way to have a moving background using my green screen? So what platform are you using? The answer is yes. Just if you have a green screen, then you can key it out and put a video on there. I forgot to post this reminder. Q: is how you make sure Coach Kirk sees your question. Perfect. Thank you. My name is Russ. AA is my channel. Okay, Russ, I'm going to make an attempt. I told Tracy this a week or two ago, and it took me a time or two to get it. But Russ, I'm going to try and make an attempt to get your name right as we continue through here. It's always good to be able to look at a handle and know that it's Russ, like this one, right? This is Florence. I know that's Florence. Equip Institute is her channel name, but I know her name is Florence. So definitely going to make an attempt to get that in there. Okay, seems weird being a web-based software that some features would be some folk, but not all. Yeah, so I mean, it's all provisioning. They have ways to provision certain accounts to be able to get the functionality and the features. But I will tell you, there's something to it. So hopefully we're able to figure that out. But I do want to answer to that last question my question to you when you were talking about the green screen in the video. If we're talking about StreamYard, no. They don't have. I think maybe there is a way to do that actually. Now, but the answer to your question is it's not a built-in feature in StreamYard to have a video background when you're using a green screen. But if you go for a transparent background, right? If you take your camera and you have a green screen and you just key it out so that you have a transparent background and not necessarily a picture background, then what you can do is use a background in StreamYard, like use a actual video background, and then put your camera on top of that. And that will kind of essentially give you the same thing. It's a hack. I wonder if it's worth the time to try it out. I don't have a green screen though, so but hopefully that gives you some idea. Russ is your name, and I'm gonna make sure I try to get that right. Okay, Tracy says, yeah, they used Restream for their live yesterday. Ooh, I'm gonna go check that out. I mean, I think it's definitely something that's gonna come. Can you add me to your StreamYard changing contact list? My church is using changing contact list. I don't know what list you're referring to, Albert. I don't know what list you're referring to, so maybe give me a little more there. I'd love to add you to the list. I don't know which list you're referring to, but yes, I'd love to be able to add you and your church if you're using StreamYard. Okay, let's see. Russ says, pleasure to meet you all. Pleasure to have you with us, Russ. And again, I absolutely love the channel name because I think it just resonates with so many people. It just resonates. It just resonates. Okay. Florence says cloud services release in waves of users as a general rule. Yeah, if you just switch it on as a toggle to everyone, it'll break some stuff. But I don't think that's what they're doing, Florence. I think they're specifically enabling it on certain accounts because of the nature of the rollout, because they're also rolling out in tandem a new pricing structure and subscription plan. So I think there's some more to it, but I think, yes, as a general rule, you've given us basically what it looks like. Okay, saw the video on the lower 2/3 this evening and learned about the transparent background. Awesome advice. I use Canva mainly for thumbnails. I hate making thumbnails. Oh, it's a necessary evil, Russ. You see, I just have to keep on saying your name so that I can get it. Russ, it's a necessary evil, but when I say necessary evil, I'm talking about thumbnails. Creating them, while that is not something that anybody just says, hey, I can't wait to be a content creator so I can create thumbnails. That's not exactly, that's never anybody's why. But it is a necessary thing, because a great thumbnail, man, it starts that conversation. It sparks interest. It brings organic traffic. A great thumbnail can really knock it out of the park. So it is a necessary thing, a necessary skill set, a necessary muscle to really grow. All right, cool. All right, so we've got everybody here. We got our stuff situated. I want to see what I got going on here. No, I'm not recording anything just yet. I do need to record something. Let's go back to this one. I need to record something, and I wanted, I want to show it to you. I want to show it to you. Get rid of that one. 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 Don't need LinkedIn open either. All right, so here is my script for. Here's my script for the thing. Let's go Let's split screen. So this is my script. So we got the script here. Then I can. Okay. So now here is my camera hub. Camera hub is the software that goes along with the Elgato prompter, which is literally what's in front of me right now. That's what I'm pointing at right now, is the Elgato prompter. And so I'm excited to be able to record. So sorry about that. I'm excited to be able to record. Now, I wonder, I thought I had brought another shirt in here, y'all. Come on. Something's got to give. Let's see here. All right, I'm back. My apologies. Let's see what we got here. Have you installed Camera Mode 1.11 with voice sync? Yes, I have. Well, reminded, equip. So Russ meet Florence, Florence meet Russ. Okay, what else we got here? Elgato Prompter just released voice prompt thingy bob. Works well if you speak slowly and have the voice activation set to the upper part of the screen. I don't like the voice activation joint. I just like to set the speed the way that I like it so that I can go for it. Hey y'all, what's your favorite, most useful video from Kirk? Let's blow up the chat telling him. Oh, I love that. I love that, I love that, I love that. Let's go forward one and get some of these comments. Let's get some of these comments. So Tracy says, for me, the one that alerted me to the StreamYard price hike, though all of his how-to type videos are fab. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My favorite are all the morning motivation and media. Oh, my most useful is the loopback. Oh wow, loopback is definitely one that I need to revisit. So thank you for that reminder, Florence. Russ says, this is only the third video I've seen from Kirk, but the Canva tutorial was really useful, so I'll go with that. Oh man, this is absolutely awesome. Florence, you get a A+. So she says, nice shirt. Nice shirt. That's I wasn't going to record my promo in the StreamYard shirt. I'll check out your channel after this. I love seeing that. I love seeing that where it's like, oh snap, did you do this? I do this. Let's do some stuff. I saw a collab the other day. I was just watching, actually just yesterday, I was watching a YouTube video. This creator, this YouTuber, he lives in Portland, and he got together with two other YouTubers in Portland they'd never met before to go and test out an electric boat. And they went live from the boat while they're, riding up and down in the water. I was like, that is so dope. I love that stuff. I love when creators can kind of come together in these spaces. That's what this space is all about, by the way, for us to be able to meet one another, hear what each other is doing, even though our topics and our channels and our audiences may be different and our messaging different, but our methods, right? A lot of us are using streaming platforms or creator platforms that is enabling us to create content in these unique and specific ways. So pretty dope stuff. Let's get back to Coaching Corner with Kirk. All right, let me get this thing here. I got the speed is right. Let's stop the sound. Let's hit the record button, and away we go. Okay. The difference between sustained, repeated success and an endless cycle of failure is a plan. Same is true for content creation. Live show, audio, or video podcasts, social media posts, reels, shorts, you name it. As it happens, our next masterclass will be on content planning, Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m. And our guest presenter is speaker, creator, training facilitator, and Notion Ninja, Kat Mulvihill. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical process, and leave with steps to build your own content planner. And since she's the Notion Ninja, we're throwing in a live Notion demo as a bonus. Bookmark the link, kirkarnugent.live/masterclass. Mark your calendar for Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m. Central, and let's level up our content planning together. See you at the masterclass. I didn't like how the end. I didn't like how it ended. Okay, I gotta try that one more time. Take two. Take two. Let's try that one more time. And to be clear, even though you'll see in a second. I don't know what's going on with this ear. Hate having to touch it during the recording. All right, there we go. The difference between sustained, repeated success and an endless cycle of failure is a plan. Same is true for content creation. Whether it's a live show, audio or video podcast, social media posts, reels, and shorts, you name it, it all is better with a plan. And as it happens, our next masterclass will be on content planning, Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m. And our guest presenter is speaker, creator, training facilitator, and Notion Ninja, Kat Mulvihill. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical planning process, and leave with steps to build your own. And since she's a Notion Ninja, we're throwing in a live Notion bonus as a live Notion demo as a bonus. See, this is why doing this in front of you guys is very humbling. It really is humbling. Let me see what we got in the comment section before I try to go for another recording. Go back to here. Let's go to movies. I might need to delete one or two of these just to see how they go. I have 3, LOL. Oh, thanks. Okay, nice shirt. We use the same tools and get different results. It's awesome to be able to chat with other creators in one space. I love that. I love that, Russ. Thank you so much for that comment. Kirk, do take 3 with the Barry White voice. Oh man. Listen, this is the behind the scenes stuff that you wouldn't ever get if you didn't come to the live. All right. So now with that said, I've taken a little break from it. So hopefully I can do it a little bit better this time. If I could just read and not add to it, then I would be better. But I definitely am one of those that likes to add to it. So I'm just gonna try my best. And I hate that this earpiece is doing something weird. Gonna try my best to knock it out of the park. Maybe that's what it is. I need to have the mic down here. Oh, I can feel my help coming already. It feels better already. All right, here we go. Last try. Famous last words. The difference between sustained, repeated success and an endless cycle of failure is a plan. Same is true for content creation. Live show, audio or video podcasts, social media posts, reels, shorts, you name it. As it happens, our next masterclass will be on content planning. Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m., our guest presenter is speaker, creator, training facilitator, Kat Mulvihill. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical process, and leave with steps to build your own content planner. And since she's a Notion Ninja, we're throwing in a live Notion demo as a bonus. Bookmark the link, kirkrnugent.live/masterclass. Mark your calendar for Friday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Central, and let's level up our content planning together. See you at the masterclass. I did it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That took way longer than I anticipated. All right. Come on. Aren't you proud of me? Barry is back. It's okay. We're not doing it. Oh my word. Let me get my comments up here. Average. It's okay. We're not doing it. I love it. I love seeing this. Okay. All right. Let's go back to here and let's go to here. Let's go. See if we can't get this thing set up right. Glasses started to fog up. That's how you know you're really in that, fear quadrant, right? Yeah, that was a nice one. That was the one. It's a wrap. Oh, Russ, thank you so much for that, man. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now, if DaVinci Resolve would just open up, then I can actually get my editing done, and we can go from there. All right. Oh, it opened up on the other screen. Will the camera be available for the giveaway? Will the camera be available for the giveaway? What camera? I don't I don't know what you're talking about, Micah. What camera are we talking about, brother? Because I mean I would love to make it available. I just don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Let's go here, here. And we're gonna delete selected and import media. Let's go here and find. Check that off the list today. Yeah, get it done. I love it. Let's get DaVinci Resolve in there. DaVinci Resolve. We don't want to mute when capturing. Pull it down a little bit. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. Let's go to host plus screen. All right. So I'm just looking at DaVinci Resolve. Nothing special here. And I think this is the take. So we're going to grab that one, camera A, open, and pull that down to here. And there's a lot that I can trim off at the beginning. So we'll trim that out. Delete selected, put that there. At the masterclass. Okay, right there is a good place to cut. Let's fade that part out. Delete selected. Somebody's probably saying to themselves right now, whoa, Kirk, hold up. How did you record that while you're streaming? Well, that's a whole nother video for another time. Here we go.
The difference between sustained repeated success and
okay, let's go. Let's make this a little bit long. Let's elongate the timeline. Do a little fade in from black. All right.
The difference between sustained repeated success and an endless cycle of failure is a plan. Same is true for content creation. Live show, audio or video podcasts, social media posts, reels, shorts, you name it. As it happens, our next masterclass will be on content planning. Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m. Our guest
let's go here. Back to the inspector. Masterclass. I want to leave that where it is, but I want this to be content planning. Oh. Content planning. Okay, that's good. I like that.
Our next masterclass will be on.
So want that to start right there.
Content planning.
Maybe a little bit before.
Class will be on content planning. Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m. Our guest presenter is speaker, creator, training facilitator, Kat Mulvihill.
Okay, so
Kat facilitator.
All right, so here we need the flyer. Insert media, import media, downloads, content planning, masterclass. All right, so we have the flyer now. Oh, right there. So we're going to do a fade in. We're going to do a fade out.
Training facilitator, Kat Mulvihill. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical process.
Okay, let's get back on here now. So I need to move this down some. All right. Make that a little bit longer. Okay.
Speaker, creator, training facilitator, Kat Mulvihill. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical process, and leave with steps to build your own content planner. And since she's a Notion ninja, we're throwing in a live Notion demo as a bonus. Bookmark the link, kirkrnugent.live/masterclass. Mark your calendar for Friday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Central.
Okay, now just need to change the thing here. Okay. And then let's go to settings. Is that center? I don't know. What about right there? Yeah, about there. KirkRNugent.live/. Okay. So now let's play the whole
The
thing.
difference between sustained, repeated success and an endless cycle of failure is a
Yeah, definitely need more.
The difference between sustained, repeated success
There we
and
go.
an endless cycle of failure is a plan. Same is true for content creation. Live show, audio or video podcasts, social media posts, reels, shorts, name it.
Okay, hold on now. So I'm trying to bring this down some. I didn't realize that it was cutting off some. You guys can't even see some of the other pieces. Okay.
Happens, our next masterclass will be on content planning. Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m., our guest presenter is speaker, creator, training facilitator, Kat Mulvihill. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical process, and leave with steps to build your own content planner.
Dope.
And since she's a Notion ninja, we're throwing in a live Notion demo as a bonus. Bookmark the link, kirkrnugent.live/masterclass. Mark your calendar for Friday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Central.
All right.
And let's level up our content planning together. See you at the masterclass.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it. And let's call it a day. CC Master. Masterclass promo, 1920 by 1080, add to render queue. And yeah, we'll render it. So it's rendering. Let me go back to my comments. Where you guys at? All right. 12 people on the live today. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal time. We're getting some things done. We're almost at the end of our coaching corner today. Let me say this. I didn't get a chance to say this earlier. If you have any questions, you should put your questions in the chat. Should put those questions in the chat and allow me to answer those questions if you have them. So, Micah Fleming says, will the camera be available for the giveaway? And so then I asked, what camera are you talking to? He says 60 frames per second vlogging camera. I don't know what giveaway you're referring to because I don't have a giveaway scheduled. Maybe there's a giveaway for Ecamm. I don't know, but I don't have a giveaway scheduled and I don't have a vlogging camera to give away. So I maybe am missing something. That's all I can think of is maybe I'm missing something. So I apologize, bro. I don't know if I missed something or maybe I missaid something. But if you could help me out, definitely let me know what you got there. Okay, here is a question that could probably take us another hour and change to actually cover because it is just that crazy. So Rode, I don't know if it was yesterday or it was the day before, Rode dropped the Videocaster, the Rode Videocaster. If you have not heard about this thing, you need to go and check it out because it is a monster. It is a monster. It is a monster. It is a monster. Wow. I cannot tell you how blown away I am just by all the different things that I'm seeing that this thing can do. And I am in talks with some folks to see if I can get my hands on a demo unit so I can do some content on it. But the Rode Videocaster is, see, the thing is that it's misleading because a lot of people are like, oh, okay, so this is their version of the A10 Mini or something like that. And I disagree. Like wholeheartedly disagree because you can actually create scenes on the Videocaster. Scenes like what you would create in Ecamm or in EVMux. Scenes that you can press a button and boom, that scene comes up. Like this is a scene that you're seeing right now from me. Like this is a scene that you're seeing right now from me. Like this is a scene. I click on the scene and you just see everything that's in that scene. I don't have to try anything. I don't have to build anything. I don't have to move anything around. Those scenes are automatically there. And these guys have built scenes. I don't know how they did this.
they've built scenes into the Videocaster, and you can define those scenes. You can crop in your camera. You can put 2 pictures. You can put all 4 cameras that you have plugged into the Videocaster on screen at the same time, and that thing serves it up as a webcam to whatever platform you're using it on, or you can stream directly from the Videocaster to the web, or you can record directly from the Videocaster into its own USB-C attached storage. It's amazing. I think it's a game changer, but I do believe that it is a cut above what most people are using. It isn't for the consumer. I would definitely say it's for the prosumer, if not professional, because of the way that they've stacked everything. That device is $1,200. It is stacked. Oh, now I do have one complaint, and that is that it's not 4K, but it does record all the cameras at the same time and the scene. It records the cameras that you have connected and the scene and the individual audio devices that you have connected. So you can connect your Rode Wireless Pro. You can connect your Rode interview mic. You can connect 2 XLR two XLR based devices, whether it's a MV7 or Plus or MV7X or SM7B. You can connect 2 XLR, but those XLR ports are combo, meaning you can actually plug in a 1/4 inch. It's crazy. It is crazy. The things that they have made available on that device. And so I am very much I'm very much excited about it. I'm excited that we have arrived at a place where this is possible, and that a company like Rode has decided to dip their toe all the way in the water and give us something of this caliber. So, that's amazing in and of itself. So I don't know if I have any more answers or any more to add there, but I'm personally blown away by the fact that device exists and that we potentially are going to be getting access to something of its caliber. And one of the things you have to know as a consumer is that the moment anything comes out, you just need to know that the others who are competitors to the other company are watching. In fact, some people are going to say, oh, but this is an ATEM killer. The truth of the matter is, you don't get a Videocaster if the ATEM doesn't exist. It's just the truth. Before the ATEM came out, in order for you to switch between multiple cameras connected to a device for streaming, it was impossible. So the ATEM was a breakthrough at its time. And I just believe that the Videocaster is the natural next step in the evolution of what we hope to be, ubiquitous content production. Oh, my guy Monty Weaver is on the live, and he had a dope live stream yesterday where he went over the Videocaster as well. And I hope that you guys get a chance to check his video out, because I know I have, and you definitely want to make sure that you get a chance to check that one out. I'm in the middle of trying to do like 50 things at the same time. This is why you don't do this. All right, boom, that's there. Get this, share that. Monty, talk to us, man. How you've had hands on with it, bro. If you've got a moment, hit the link and come on in. You know the link. In fact, let me go ahead and text him real quick. I don't know if he can come on or not, but Monty actually has hands on the device, and we've got 15 or so people on the live today, Monty. So if you have a moment, even if you just have 5 minutes to jump on, I know you're in your studio. I'm not even going to ask you that. Yeah, Monty, if you can jump on, I just text you. If you can jump on, that'd be great. If you can't, it's all good. Just drop it in the chat. He says more videos to come. I know more videos are coming because, yes, I know you, and you're very thorough. So I'm definitely excited to see what else you come up with. It's 1920 by 1080. Oh, yeah.
He says give him about 5 minutes. If we can get him to jump on real quick and show us the device in the flesh, I think that'd be worth going over my time for today. So I'm definitely gonna hold still right where I'm at and see if we can't get Monty to come through and hang out with us. All right, so we're gonna put this as we're not putting it in a playlist. No monetization on it, and we're gonna keep it unlisted. Did you? Monty Weaver says, give me about 5 minutes, get some fresh air. Get that fresh air, brother. It's necessary. Did you see the Logitech MX devices that are along the lines of a Stream Deck? Yes, I have. Like, there's so much happening. Like, a good friend was saying, yo, Elgato just dropped this, like, server stack installable device. Like, what is that? And I'm like, man, there's just so much happening in the street right now. It is actually getting to be very difficult to keep up. There's just so much happening in the street right now, but I'm just super excited about it. Let's go to customization here, add a trailer. If you can't tell, I'm multitasking like there's no tomorrow. Kajabi. Let's go to my website. Let's go ahead and log in there and get this video uploaded. Oh, we got another question. Kirk, my Mac Mini M1 is on its last leg. Any recommendations? Heading to Barcelona in 2 weeks. I was also short on storage. I found 190 gig video hidden in a library. Deep in the library. Yeah, you know, that stuff happens. I don't know why that stuff happens. But yes, are you looking for it to be mobile or you want it to be a desktop? Because the Mac Mini is a very specific use case. So I don't want to recommend, because you also said you're going to Barcelona. Are you going to bring that with you? Because that's different. If you're going to bring your Mac Mini with you to Barcelona, that's a whole different vibe. And a whole different use case. Because then won't you also need to bring a monitor? So I would highly recommend a laptop for those kinds of scenarios. But I just, again, want to make sure I have a full understanding of what you're looking to do. So share with us a little more in the chat. Yeah, the Elgato LP Mic Arm Pro. There's just so much, Florence. There's so much going on in the street right now. Like, I have a box here that I need to unbox, but I don't. I'm just like, wow, there's just so much going on. All right, video. Let's get this. Let's hide that, and let's go here. We getting it done today. We are getting it done. Yeah, I'm just uploading the video file to Kajabi now. And that will take the place of the header. And once I have that, so it's queued for processing. It's a very short video, so it shouldn't take long to process. And I can click save on this bad boy. Coach, you tell us to use the equipment that solves our specific problem. So I keep that in mind as I see all this new stuff coming out. Let me tell you something. That not just the equipment that helps you to solve a specific problem. You also need to know what you currently have and how it compares to some of the stuff that's out there, right? Because you don't want to just be, randomly grabbing stuff. Especially when, and then only to realize like, oh, this is a combination of these two, and I already have those. So you see this now? This video is here.
Live show, audio or video podcasts, social media posts, reels, shorts, you name it. As it happens, our next masterclass will be on content planning. Friday, October 4 at 10 a.m., our guest presenter is speaker, creator, training facilitator, Kat Mulvaney. In this free masterclass, you'll learn planning importance, a typical process, and leave with steps to build your own content planner.
Love it.
And since she's a Notion ninja, we're throwing in a live Notion demo as a bonus. Bookmark the link, kirkrnugent.live/masterclass. Mark your calendar for Friday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Central, and let's level up our content planning together. See you at the masterclass.
Gotta love it. I love when a plan works out. Okay, now I've got to go back to host plus comment for just a second here. Shaka says, peace. Hey, man, thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us today. Always appreciate when we have folks come through and hang out like that. And I'm just so excited to have you with us in terms of being a new member on the channel. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, and thank you again. Let's get that one there. And I think we are ready to bring our guest on. Oh, what's good, Monty?
Yeah, you tell me. Can you hear me? I've been reconfiguring things since I got this new device.
I can imagine you would be, but yes, we can hear you fine. And I can't thank you enough for coming on and just hanging out with us. It really, I think this is going to be great. Just for a few minutes to kind of hang out and see what you got. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Is that the device there? That's it. That's the one. The
yeah,
video cast.
That's it right there. So I've got two.
Woo.
I've got two cameras connected right now, and I have my SM7B audio going into it. So literally been moving stuff around. So if you guys hear anything that is tweaky or I don't recall where I'm supposed to be clicking because I'm still learning it. I have had it for about a month, but you know how things are. Sometimes you get to it. But in this space that we live in, Kirk, you're trying to learn something new, like really fast. And so it's like learning it new to share with an audience versus even learning it new for myself to how to use it. So it's pretty cool. First, this is my first collaboration with Rode, so I'm very appreciative for them to send it out to me. First of all, and yeah, so it operates pretty much like an A10 Mini Extreme with a Rodecaster feel and vibe. There are some things I like about it. There's some things I'm like, but I think it comes down to use case. And anybody that watched my live stream yesterday, I was kind of harping on use cases. I know you do the same thing too, Kirk. I think it's a very specific type of creators that would use this device. If you're creating content, you're just getting started with this. This is a little much because it does so much, because I'm thinking about the price point as well. But if you're looking to level it up a little bit more, you definitely have a lot of inputs. You definitely can do a lot of audio mixing and routing inside of it. I love the ISO recording aspect of it. I love the Bluetooth capability of it and their whole Rode ecosystem with their wireless Rode mics. Would just work perfectly with it. Overlays. So if you want to do overlays on the hardware versus software, you could do your overlays and things like that on the hardware side itself. I do find myself using the Rode Central app a lot more, and a lot of the software that I've used, I don't typically use the software a lot, but I found that there's some things that are just easier with the software to do.
But isn't it like a set it and then you can use the device kind of a deal?
Yeah. Like even in this setting, it's just two cameras plugged in, audio is plugged in. It's already set with the combo jacks. But yeah, I don't plan on doing a lot of adjusting when I'm creating content. The only adjusting I'm really going to do is the videos to talk about how to use certain features. But what I really like about this over the A10, and somebody else had mentioned this too, it might have been Tom Buck's video. You know how the A10 Mini just has a bunch of buttons? It's nice and convenient, but like I don't use all of the buttons. So this is more this is more streamlined in the amount of buttons, where it's not so many of them. I can get my camera a little bit closer. Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, so the home the home row, you have 6 inputs, 4 HDMI, 2 USB, and then at the top is where you're setting your scenes. And you know, when we have more time, Kirk, we can go through that because I don't know if I can do my scenes off the fly good enough still. But you can set scenes, which is pretty cool. So like the same overlay that you have here, we could do a version of that and create our scene and just call our scenes through ABCDG. So that's pretty cool and convenient.
Yeah,
I, I wish
that is pretty dope.
I wish it was 4K. I know a lot of people have talked about that. I wish it was 4K just because of the whole 4K workflow. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It has a lot of features where I can like kind of give them a pass on the 4K capability.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wish it was.
Yeah, we got a question from Russ. Ha, Russ, I remembered your name, brother. He says, "What's the price, please? Nothing on the website which suggests I can't afford it." No, I thought they were.
Yeah, they have announced it. It's 11.99, so
Yeah,
essentially
1,200.
$1,200.
Yeah.
It's only available through B&H initially. So
Okay.
that's I'm not sure when they're going to release it to the other platforms, but B&H is the only place that has it. And you can also get like their different combos that they've created for it as well. But
Right. Right.
B&H, it's on there.
Listen, another question for you because I just love your T-shirt. Where's your T-shirt from?
This is Eric Thomas. I followed Eric Thomas.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, and
I recognize that quote from him as well.
so what's funny is I'm interviewing Nikki Saunders today for my podcast a little bit later here.
Nice.
And so, yeah, so I'm wearing it for that, but I've had this shirt for a long time. I've had quite a few of his shirts for a long time. So, yeah, I'm
I
not sure
love
if
it,
it's still
man.
available these days.
Yeah, but I just look. Yeah, I think it's less than $12. That's really cheap. No, it's
No,
definitely
oh,
not
yeah. Yeah, not that
no, Russ.
11.99.
Yeah. 11 at 1,190. Oh, that's. I see. I like that. I like the cleanness of it. I love that it has scenes, and you have what 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 7 scenes that you have available? So
Yeah, so yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
I
be
can
honest,
create
man.
7
7
scenes.
scenes. That's a lot of scenes.
Yeah, so when you think about just your, I mean, can I do picture in picture off the top of my head? I don't know if I can do picture in picture
You got solo. You
too.
got guest. You got.
There we go. So
There
picture
we
in
go.
picture, just like that fast. I did picture in picture by
Oh my
using the
gosh.
onboard. Um, yeah, I mean, there's some functionality. So I just created a scene essentially like that. I don't know where I saved it on here. This is when I go into Road Central. Um, but yeah, it's touchscreen panel works really well. I mean, you got your 2 uh, dial knobs here. So like if you anybody that had the Roadcaster, you just navigate through your menu system
Yep.
with the dial knobs. What I
Yep.
really like though is I'm gonna see if I can remember my inputs of it. I had a matrix switcher. I want to connect my Roadcaster video and my A10 Mini Extreme into a matrix switcher so I can at
Mm.
any place access anything. But the 8x8 matrix switchers that I have, so I want to be able to jump between the A10
On
and
the
the
screen behind
Roadcaster
you.
on the screen behind me. Yeah, so
Right.
you got to
Because
remember which one
I
I
love
have.
seeing that up there. That's so dope that you have that up there.
So let me see.
I'm on the big screen, y'all. G. Albert says, Kirk, looks like Monty and you have the same studio designer. Looks good. No, very
Uh,
good. Hey, Albert, man, appreciate you, sir. You know,
Let me make one switch real quick. One HDMI
hey,
switch.
listen, this is live, so do it. But listen, y'all, this is, I think it was Florence that asked about this earlier. We're talking about the Rode Rode Videocaster, the Rode Videocaster. And once I saw Monty Weaver in the chat, I just went ahead and pinged him, text him directly because I wanted to see if he wouldn't mind jumping on for a few minutes to kind of show us a little bit of this new device. And so, yeah, he's got a lot of toys that he's got set up right there. That looks like the FX3. He's got it on a slider. I can see that nice neon green HDMI cable. It's probably going all the way back around the desk and into the video caster as well. And what I also love is that he's got the main view of the video caster on that screen behind him now. And so that view is what, I mean, even though you have this device, you still have this view which is on the screen behind him, that allows you to see all the different inputs and the scenes. And then, of course, it has in red the one that's live. So, yeah,
Yep.
back to you,
Yeah.
Monty.
Yeah. I mean, you hit it. So the only thing I'm gonna correct you on, these are FX30s, not FX3s, because I ain't got that type of budget. But I ain't got that
I
type
figured it
of
was
budget.
FX30, but I was like, I'm just going to say FX3 just to be safe.
Uh, but yeah, so I put the multi-view back here. So it does have the 2 HDMI outs, and if you're producing events, we all know how important the HD or the multi-view is, so you can see all your scenes, all your sources, um, all your audio mixer things you got plugged in there.
But you know what?
So that's
One of the limitations that I saw, I can't remember if it was Aaron Parecki's video or if it was Tom Buck, but they talked about the 2 outputs on the Videocaster only being able to show program a preview and not being able to
yes.
show anything.
Yeah.
Because I like to show, let's say I have a camera on talent. I want to be able to show that camera to the talent and not anything else. Or I want to be able to take that camera, maybe even put it on a media slot and show that.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Hunt is with us. He says, "Oh, we're looking at it. We're looking at the thing." Yes, we are. Okay, go ahead. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
So that's
Thank you,
yeah.
Monty.
So you have your 2 outputs, but you only can select either program or multi-view
Multi-view.
for what goes to the HDMI outputs. Yep. So that is a
Wow.
limitation right now that I know that the ATEM can actually do. You can send which feed you want to it.
Yeah. So that's hell. I love the slider. The movement is just so smooth on
I
that thing.
actually used it yesterday. It
Yeah.
had a lot of dust on it.
Yeah, I mean, for that kind of content, you definitely want a slider, kind of a movement, kind of going on there. So that's pretty dope. Yeah, listen, y'all. How many you got? We got 16 of you guys on the live today. Monty's not going to be with us long. Plus, I got to jump off here in a second. I need to get some stuff done. So, anybody have any questions for Monty, man, before we hang this thing up? But I see David is really excited. He's like, "Yo, we're looking at the thing. This is crazy," and I couldn't agree with you more because, I mean, I have just been salivating and watching all of the different videos. I knew it was coming, but I wasn't on the list to get a pre-release unit, but I am on the list to get a post-release unit. And so what I'll
Nice.
probably be doing is like, 4 months after, the world changed with the Videocaster. Do we
Mhm.
still like it? That kind of a video, right? So I'm excited about that. But I see Dr. Vibe is with us today and it says, "Greetings. I hope that you are fine and
Hey.
safe." First time here. Question: I have been a StreamYard user for many years. With the price jump, thinking of switching to EVMux. Is it a big learning curve? Man, that is a tall order. That question is a tall order, Doctor Vibe. And so while let me try and field this while Monty gets a couple of things situated there. But it is it is it is up to you whether or not you will. It will be a huge learning curve. Why I say that is there is some pro functionality on EVMux that you don't have to touch. You do not have to touch it. So, in that regard, if you just use the dynamic scene, which is essentially a mirror to what StreamYard has, you are going to be good to go. Now, here's where people run into issues. They are used to using custom layouts in StreamYard, and the only thing comparable is Pro Scenes. But as soon as you open that door, there is a huge level of complexity that you're bringing in. I say that's a good thing. I started today's show by saying get yourself in uncomfortable spaces. Do not shy away from new things, right? Look at the opportunities that are coming your way, whether they are obstacles, whether there is, a tailwind that's pushing you forward faster than you thought you would. Whatever it is, look at both of them and say, what have you come to teach me? That's what we started the coaching corner by saying today, right? So I look at the complexities of the platform as a whole new world that we get to explore and to discover again, afresh and anew. But I know that for many of us, it's like, but I have a live show that I've been running and I need to at least maintain what I currently have. And so The only thing, as they say, the only way to do it is to do it. So kick the tires on it. Set aside some time for your free trial. Get the free trial. Really use the platform as best you can. I have a number of videos out there on EVMux. I know that I also have a number of videos on EVMux channel for EVMux, and my guy Anthony Santana was one of their content creators for a while. So there's a lot of videos out there to kind of just walk you through the platform and some of the basic functionality and kind of how to get started. But, the ultimate cheat code, of course, is going to be just bringing somebody alongside and getting the training to be able to make that transition. But so the answer to your question is there is complexity. There's a way to minimize it, but I am recommending that you embrace it. I'm recommending that you embrace it because there are some definite differences there. So that being said, Monty, what you got? You've played with both platforms. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, you got to learn. I literally had the same conversation probably about 2 hours ago with a group of about 50 people on a platform, and they've seen this. They've seen this broadcast you have, Kirk, that with the circle and the picture and picture and they saw that in a form, and it was funny because I was just kind of sitting in the back of the room, and they were like, "How do you do it? Can I do this?" And I've heard of this platform and OBS and this and this and this, and I was like, "Okay, I see where we're at. Let's take a step back." Because everybody's got a different question, and people started saying the wrong thing, and I was like, "Hey, this is like what I do." And so
Right.
what you just said, I told them, I said, "Hey, you get to some of these platforms that have a learning curve, but you have so much more flexibility in what you can do." And so I always have people look at other live streams or other broadcasts and TV shows, and I'm like, "Hey, give me an example of what you're trying to create." And sometimes they'll give me something that's pretty simple in design where I can give them a platform that is very user friendly. But when we start talking about the EV Muxes and the eCams and the Wirecasts and the vMix where you can do more stuff, then I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to take some time to sit down and actually learn how to use it, because there are so many buttons that you may or may not use. Even
Yes.
myself, y'all, I called Kirk when I switched over to eCam, and I was like, hey, I'm sure I can figure this out, but I just need you to speed me through this a little bit more and tell me where stuff is and how you do it, because
That's the
I
cheat
know what I
code.
want. Yeah, but I had to learn it too. And I've been live streaming myself since 2016, just myself. So
Right.
yeah, a little education. But once you learn it, like, you're good. Like, yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
I there's so much value in what you just shared right there, because I'm always a big proponent of your own story, and I think it weighs so heavy when somebody like Monty says, when I was switching to eCam, I called up Kirk and I just, sat down with him, got a session done. Same for me on several other aspects and areas of my life. We talked about this earlier in the show today. Coaching isn't just in content. Coaching isn't just in sports. Coaching is for any high performing individual. It doesn't matter if they're in the C-suite, if they're in the business room, if they're at the boardroom or in the table of executives. He's got on a T-shirt from somebody that we both know, like, trust, respect, and that's Eric Thomas. This is somebody who deals with high-performing individuals. He is essentially a coach as well. And what I'm trying to say simply is you're in good company when you can say, hey, let's sit down and walk me through this real quick. I want to learn it. I can learn it if I take my own time, but I just want the cheat code. I just want to sit down with you. I want to figure out all these different little steps, and I want to move on. And so I love that. I think that's a really great perspective to share there as well. And I love Dr. Vibe Show's response. He says, Kirk, thanks for your take. Based on that, I am going to jump off the cliff and grow while I am flying. And let me tell you something. Several of us are in that space right now. So you're in good company, Vibe Show. You are in good company. Dr. Bashara is asking, I have the lifetime discount for StreamYard. I wonder if I'll get the new bells and whistles. This is a question I don't have an answer to right now, because a lot of people who have shared with me, they have that lifetime discount, which they are honoring for the moment. For the moment, they are honoring it. I think they will. I think they really will honor it, but because it'll be a full uproar if they don't. But not that there isn't a full uproar already. But for the moment, they are honoring it. But why they wouldn't just give us those new features is kind of crazy to me, because I only have dark mode currently. I don't have the reusable studio links, and I do not have camera shapes. And they're not big, but I just don't understand why I don't have them. My subscription doesn't re-up until next August. So It's not like they're going to be getting any money from me anytime soon. I'm going to be on this plan for the next year almost. So I'm with you, Dot Bashara. I don't have an answer to that one, but excited to see what happens there. Monty, anything else you want to share on the video caster? I know that you have it queued up. Anything you want to share on that?
Yeah. So I've switched it. So let me see. We'll do cut. So there
Oh,
is a little bit. I just turned the camera so there's a little bit better view of the multi view, but you can put it in true studio mode where you have your preview and your program.
yeah, I
The
did
way
not
I
see
had it,
that in the other videos.
yeah. So the way I had it was just the instant. So if you're just, by yourself, I can switch between camera one and camera two. But if I'm producing, I definitely want to be able to go through my different previews ahead of time and see what I have queued up before I push
Mm.
it live. And then audio mixes at the bottom. And then if you look at the bottom right, it says record. So I do like the fact it shows me the runtime on the record, how much space I have, and then also the
Ooh,
platform that I'm recording to. So right now you see that I had Amazon that I
yeah.
put in there, but unfortunately Amazon requires like that custom bit rate. So I can't change the custom bit rate as of yet. So I'll give that feedback to Rode to see if they allow for that to be changed. But yeah, so that's the multi view, and I really like the layout of the multi view. Very familiar with the Blackmagic layout, but
Right,
the multi
right.
view definitely is because I've used some other ones where it's like a little difficult to look, and I feel like I need to move stuff around right out the box. Whereas this one, the workflow, again, that word again, it
Yeah.
just it's very user friendly in using.
The fact that it has scenes and some other things built in, I was like, this is different. I mean, that's different. That is what kind of takes it into a whole realm of its own. Um, we don't have scenes on any switcher.
Yeah,
So to be able to actually configure, I mean, I saw one video yesterday where the guy had all four inputs on in his scene designed,
yep,
and I was just like, wow. And he had a background kind of like the one I have on screen right now, and I was just like, wow, he's doing all of that with the videocaster, no other software. That's
yeah,
mind blowing. So let me say this to Dr. Vibe real quick. So G Albert is giving you some critical advice here as well. EV is probably a very close competitor to StreamYard with a number of functions and features that go above and beyond what StreamYard does. But if you are a Mac-based user, right? If you're a Mac user, I always recommend Ecamm. I'm always recommending Ecamm if you're a Mac user. So Ecamm is a Mac-based, locally installed product that is a whole suite of content creator functionality, features. You can record video, podcast, audio. It does everything similar to what we're talking about with the Videocaster. Actually, that would be a very good competitor Videocaster with the new features and functions that it currently has in one hardware device now can rival platforms like vMix and Ecamm because it has all of that stuff built in. But it really, I think the Videocaster kind of sits squarely with YOLO. But I digress. What I want to say to you, Dr. Vibe, is if you are a Mac user, right? You have a Mac computer and that's what you use to do your live stream. I would highly recommend that you check out Ecamm. It is very close in its functionality to EVMux, but it is a locally installed platform, so you have it local to your computer, and it just does a whole world of things. Go to howitallworks.com. There's a video right at the top right there. I walk you through a full process of how to transition from StreamYard to Ecamm. And I literally just dropped that this past Sunday because of all the questions that we've been receiving over the past couple of weeks with this whole StreamYard fiasco that's currently that we're watching. We're watching the whole thing burn down in front of us. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts and ideas on that. Lost in Translation is here with us today. Says, I'm leaving StreamYard. Thanks for all your help, guys. Hey man, my whole thing is this. I say this to people all the time, man. And Monty, I know we share this in common. Create your content. Create your content. Whatever gets you across the line. I have my preferences. I have my tips, tricks, best practices. I have my recommendations. But whatever gets you. I was talking to somebody the other day using something called Lightstream. Another guy who's using something I'd not heard of before. I had to go do some homework to go figure out what it is. Create your content. Whatever it allows you and enables you to create content, get your content out there so that the people who will be most affected by it, who will be helped by it, can still maintain access to your content. So do that, and everything else, keep that paramount, right? And then everything else falls underneath it. Monty, you gonna say something?
Nah, I'm over here trying to build a scene before you jump off.
Okay, yeah. Do it.
I
Let
was
me see
trying to
here.
see if I can build it in real time.
Tracy has switched over to Restream. She says, I love the scenes facility in Restream. I need to check if there are keyboard shortcuts for it. If so, I can put them into my Stream Deck. And I can tell you right now, Tracy, there are shortcuts for most of the things in Restream. Last time I checked, and I had actually done a whole thing where I was doing some stuff with this Stream Deck, but I haven't checked on scenes. So I'm actually going to put that. Let me go and add that to my content calendar, content planning. Let me put that on my content calendar right now, because scenes is a kind of a new thing that snuck up on me. I just logged into Restream one day and I saw scenes on the side. I was like, I wonder how I can do that. So definitely something to look for that we have coming up soon. But I will say that I know that Restream has a number of hotkeys and shortcuts that you can program into your Stream Deck. What you got right there, Monty? You got the picture?
The wrong picture. That's what I got. That's what I got.
That's looking like a thumbnail right there, man.
yeah. That was one of my ones that I decided not to go with. Oh man.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it in real time here, but
can we use 4 letters on the stream, OBS? Oh man, this is crazy.
Let's see. I need another picture real quick. What is this?
Oh man, Lost in Translation. I love this. This is what I live for. These are the types of comments that put gas back in my tank, as I like to say to people. So Lost in Translation podcast says, Kirk has helped me transform my content. It amazing from where I started, from where I am now. It's night and day. Thanks for helping me see what is possible. Oh, that's all I just, oh, man, that's, again, this is why I do what I do. And I know Monty is motivated similarly to me. We don't do it for the vanity metrics or the likes or anything like that. We do it because people like you take what we have to share, and you're able to level up. You're able to do the things that you probably didn't even know were possible. And so I'm touched, and I'm humbled, and I'm honored by what you're sharing there. Lost in Translation podcast. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have considered membership on the channel before. There's a blue button that says join somewhere where you're watching. I would love to have you as part of our membership community. There's some perks to being a member on YouTube. Of course, there's some perks to being a member on some of the other platforms as well, like Workers Warehouse. But on YouTube, our membership it enables us. It enables myself, my family, my team to really focus more on creating more content that will help people like you level up for what they're doing from where they were to where they can be. So if that's something you want to tangibly support, would love for you to be able to join us in membership. Lost in Translation podcast. Thank you so much for the comment. Mini Scenes DB, this is Tracy, says, I have put most of the shortcuts into Stream Deck, just haven't checked on the scenes yet. I haven't checked either, but I'm hoping that is something that's definitely there. David Hunt says, the automatic switching is what I'm looking at. Now, I will be honest with you. That automatic switching thing, come on, talk to me, Monty.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to play a lot more with because if anybody watched me on live, I couldn't figure it out live. So when other creators, I love supporting other creators, because when other creators have figured it out, I just go watch their stuff too.
Yeah.
And so what I heard for the most part was the podcast aspect, where it was picking up different audio, would switch based on the audio.
It was switched.
It was
to
switched
the camera.
The camera associated with the audio. Let me see if I can show you real quick here.
Yeah.
Kirk,
Yeah. I saw that. Say again?
Weren't you supposed to get off a long time ago here?
Oh yeah. But today is a different kind of day. So I literally messaged the next meeting. I was like, listen, fam, we got some stuff we got to get situated. So I still got a little bit of time.
Okay. So off of here.
But yeah, the automatic switching is what I'm looking into as well. But yeah, I saw a video. I don't know if it was from Rode or if it was somebody else. No, it wasn't. It's somebody else. I can't remember. Oh, Photo Joseph did one as well.
Yeah, he did one too.
And Photo
So
Joseph is kind of my go-to guy for ATEM stuff. So I was
yeah,
really interested to see what he had to say about this. Um, what I'll say is the I do a podcast right now where it would be so helpful because I have a camera on each person. So it would be so helpful to be able to tie the camera that is pointed to that person to the microphone so that when they start to speak that it works like that. But I also know that there are moments where there's crosstalk.
right.
So I don't know how it handles that because I've only seen like Tom Buck did test, but it wasn't two people. He just had the two microphones,
Right.
and so he kind of leaned to the side and talking to one, and it switched. But I'm like, what happens if both people are talking at the same time? So I would be
Yeah.
interested to see that. Yeah.
I would love if it would do it if I was a solo creator because that's what I was trying to do live because the
Me too.
YOLO Box Pro, Pro or Ultra, one of the two, it does enable auto switching where you can set it up by time and or a automatic where it'll pick for itself, where it'll decide which scene to cut to, or you decide, okay, I want camera A for 30 seconds and I want camera B for 5 seconds, and it'll auto do it that way as well. Or random, I
Right.
think is the word YOLO uses.
Right. Yeah. They have it set to which I don't know, man. There's you get you and I both get it. There's I sometimes you wonder, like I don't know anybody at Rode. I don't know anybody at even Black Magic or I don't even know anybody working currently at what's the company's name? Stream Deck or Elgato.
Hmm.
But well, sometimes when they come out with some of these solutions, you wonder like, have you done a podcast?
Right,
Because
right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like this is a dope feature, but will it get me across the line? That's the part.
Yeah. So this is the setup area where you select the host and it's more basic in its functionality, if you will, because even like how I want to live stream it, it says quality, low, medium, or high. And so it's the same thing here, associating the microphone of your host and your guest with which camera they're associated with as well. So if
Mm-hmm.
I go to the next screen, it's just basically telling me how this works. Essentially, hold down the auto button. So I'll go down and hold the auto button and do that, and then hit get started. So scene one, trying to do something in real time. I have my camera, my main camera that's pointed at me,
Mm-hmm.
and my audio is on combo one.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wanted another camera, camera two, which is the one pointed at the screen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
using the same audio right now. So I would like it to be able to just switch between the two scenes just like that.
Me
But
too.
I- once you click off once I disable or click off auto on the actual unit itself,
Right.
then I lose functionality of auto switching. So even at this moment, I've gone through and I've set it up. There's no save feature. So this is where I want to spend a little bit more time. There's no save feature.
Yeah.
It's showing that I have it there, but nothing has changed right now. And I'm using the microphone and it's not going between the two. And as soon as I select camera or one of the options on the device itself, that auto button goes back white, which disables the
Oh,
feature.
that's disabled.
So, yeah, so it's almost as if I had to use this in another situation like a podcast with two microphones, which in this scenario, me sitting here, I
Mm-hmm.
would I would never use the way
No,
the switching is currently configured.
I totally agree with what you're saying. I think the way I saw it demoed as a solo, I think it was Tom Buck. He had the one mic in front of him, and it was tied to the main mic, and he had the road interview mic in his hand, and
Yep.
so he held it down, and then when he turned towards the other mic, he looked like this and put that mic up, and then it switched.
Mhm.
but it requires both mics. And
Right.
I will say this: there's one he did it once where he just kind of pulled the mic up like this, and this other mic was still here, and it never switched. He
Mm-hmm.
physically had to move that mic out of his, to where it wasn't hearing his voice for it to pick up that he was on a different mic. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is very much for multi-person. It's really set up for the whole podcast kind of scenario, and that's what I mean when I say I have this client project that I do regularly, and it would be perfect for that. But then there is this added component, as Lost in Translation just said, that people do have a habit of, like you're saying something, and I'm like, like, oh yeah. It's not so much that I'm cutting you off; I'm just responding. And if it's gonna switch back and forth when I do that, I don't want that.
Because the
I
time
don't want that.
somebody jumps in,
Yeah.
it would be late in the switch.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's
But what I will say is, I saw one video. It's a little known creator, uh, where he did something similar, but the device records all cameras,
right.
and it records the switched.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in post able to set up that multi-camera, uh, multi-camera switch, and switch, correct essentially those pieces in post. But it was able to pick up some of the other parts. So it gave him, it did like 80% of the work, and then there was just like some of that fine tuning that he had to do. But it did make for a cleaner edit at the
Yeah.
end, and I did like the quality of the video because it's recording directly on device. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, you're getting full quality, and that
Yeah.
we cannot say that we're getting from some of our streaming platforms. Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. The ISO recording is a must for me. If it didn't have ISO recording, it'd be very difficult to
To even
say, hey,
recommend.
this is an option. Yeah. Yeah. ISO recording is a must these days.
Yeah, no, you gotta have all the angles. Bro, I'm not gonna take any more of the time, man. I can't thank you enough for coming through. This, I mean, being able to see it and being able to showcase this to the audience. Fam, listen, if you haven't already, go and check out Monty's channel, youtube.com/Monty Weaver, right?
Yep. Something like that. I'm the only Monty Weaver there.
I'm putting yeah, no. I just typed in Monty Weaver and something else came up. So let me make sure I get this right. I'm gonna put Monty Weaver official. Perfect.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
There we go.
I'm gonna
Somebody
put
stole the
his
real Monty Weaver. So they had it before I actually started YouTube.
yeah. Yeah. I listen, there's a whole other guy named Kirk Nugent. Like, and he's actually really well known. So I'm having to kind of navigate that a little bit. But I just put Monty's link in the chat, y'all. I want to say a word of thanks to him for coming out and hanging with us, because he didn't have to do that. He cut his walk short to come out and showcase the Rode Videocaster, and it is absolutely amazing. Definitely something that I think people need to be looking at. But in the same vein of what Mr. Vibe was saying, and Lost in Translation podcast, and even Florence, there is even David Hunt, there is a level of complexity that you kind of need to lean into, to be able to kind of take care of it. Look at this comment right here. I love this. Russ says, just subbed. Cheers, Monty. So I'm excited, man. Listen, there's so much cross and synergy between. So I'm excited that we're able to kind of showcase that. And again, several people in the chat are just saying, hey, thanks, Monty. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. Being able to see that real time, that was a game changer. So, and again, guys, go back, check out his podcast from literally yesterday. it is
Get to see all the struggles in real time too, and I think that's what some people have told me they appreciate about it. Is like, yeah, I'm trying. Like, I don't know, when I do collaborations with companies, like, and I have limited time to do it, like I just do it live. Like, if you're just gonna see me learning at the
Yep.
same
Yep.
thing. I did a video today that I just uploaded with the Black Magic panel thing.
I saw
And I
that.
looked and so I was like, dang, there's no instructions. I said, all right, let me go get the instructions. I scanned a QR code and I literally scroll down the website, and the product doesn't have a listing for the instructions. So I'm like,
Sheesh.
okay. So now I got to do this in real time with no instructions that I want to read. and I got through it, but you see it not connecting, and all of a sudden it shows connected, and I'm just like, hey, we go through the same stuff. So when you see the
And
produced videos, like,
love
no,
it.
there was some work that went into the back end of that where there was a lot of cuts and edits sometimes.
Now I'll tell you what, man. You know I'm a big proponent of live because I just feel like as we figure it out, because there's times where somebody will say something in the comments like, "Hey, what if you do this?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, actually that worked." And it's have it because the cameras are on, because we're doing it, and because we're not ashamed. Listen, I recorded a whole video during today's show, Monty. I don't know if you're watching, but I recorded an entire video during today's show, edited it, and posted it to my website. And it took me a couple of takes to get it done. And I'm not embarrassed about that. My whole thing is like, let's figure it out together, bro. Like, that's the way, in my opinion, that's the ultimate cheat code. That's how people really get a chance to see behind the veil a little bit and really figure out, you know what I mean, how it all works. That's the real cheat code of everything right there. So, man, so many. We got, listen. Tracy subscribed. Lost in Translation subscribed. Russ subscribed. Come on.
Gonna
I
be at
like it.
100,000 by the end of the year. I appreciate it.
I like it.
I'll get the smaller version of the plaque now, I guess.
That's dope. But no, listen, I just want to say a word of thanks to you for coming on, hanging out with us today. It means a lot. No, I know it wasn't necessarily your intention to come on, but it really does allow us to kind of get a broader view of what that platform looks like. I'm gonna release you, bro, because I got to get out of here as well. I got like 9 minutes to land, and then I got to jump onto something else. But bro, thank you so much, and we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. Are you doing Creator Camp this year?
No, got so many things going on with.
No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
I will be attending virtually.
But I will. I have something that might bring me out to the DMV. So if I'm out that way, I'll hit you up.
Okay, let me know for sure.
For sure. All right, bro. Take it easy.
Cool. All right.
Listen, fam. Listen. It's all happening live here. It's all happening live. My guy Russ says, I prefer live stream and I don't need to edit. I love that. I love that. Come on, the next level, Monty Weaver. I love that. Florence is hanging out with us. Listen, y'all. The story I was going to share with you is simply this. It happened in like 5 different versions. I want to share this before we get off today. But I had on the boat, on the ship, on the cruise, I had a refresher pass, right? My company that I was working for got me this refresher pass, and it came with a cup. So I picked up the cup my first day on the cruise, and I could go to any of the fountains on the boat, and I could fill up my cup and just drink to my heart's desire. This is a whole disaster for somebody like me who's always over drinks. So to be able to go and get, all the, those machines that have like the Fanta, but then it's like all the different versions, and they have Sprite and all the different versions, and they have, all the different versions of all these different drinks. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, I'm definitely gonna enjoy this as much as I can. I'm going around the ship. I would bring my cup with me, and one of the days I was sitting by the pool with another couple that's good friends with me and Kanik, and we're chatting, and she had the same cup, but in this instance she ordered a virgin strawberry daiquiri, and I was like, oh man, big baller. You got the level up to what I have. And, and I'm joking her a little bit. And so then the guy comes back and he scans her cruise pass to because that lets them know that they have that particular ability to order any drink from the bar. So he scans it, and then we're still making jokes. And then she looks at my pass because it's around my neck, and she's like, Kirk, you have the same package that I do. I was like, what are you talking about? Mine just comes with the cup. She's like, yeah, it comes with the cup, and you can order from, any of the bars. So I say to the guy, the bartender, I'm like, can I order that as well? He's like, yeah, you have the same pass. And I'm saying all this to say, I could show you like 5 different other ways that this story has played out, but I'm saying all this to say, sometimes you have access to more than you thought you did. Sometimes you have capacity for more than you thought you did. Sometimes you have been living at a particular station, not recognizing that your past qualifies you for more. And when you're looking at these streaming platforms, right? When you're looking at these options that are out there for you to be able to get your message out to the world, sometimes we limit ourselves because we have not exposed ourselves to what's possible outside of our comfort zone. We have not exposed ourselves. We haven't allowed ourselves to be uncomfortable. We've gotten complacent in the space, not recognizing that we have access to more. And so you came into StreamYard at a particular level, and you use StreamYard there. StreamYard has added a ton of other functionality, but you don't use it because you simply have limited yourself to say, this is all I can use. You're getting ready to transition to another platform. You're wanting to find the one that is exact copy for copy what you had in your previous streaming platform. And I'm telling you, don't do it. You have capacity. You have been approved for more. So don't just do a even transfer. Don't go apples and apples. What if they can give you apples, oranges, grapes, bananas? What if you can have more? And if you could have more, what does that enable you to do for the audience that you're building, for the people that you're helping, for the question that you're providing answers for this community that is taking shape? Don't limit yourself. Don't walk around the boat with a refresher pass and you're not taking full advantage of all of the perks of membership. All of the perks of your subscription. All of the perks. This is why I always like to say, never let your desire to acquire gear outpace your ability to leverage and utilize the full functionality of the gear you currently have. Folks are always looking at the next thing. Oh, now there's a video caster. Maybe I need to get that. And they don't even know how to use the A10 Mini. They don't know how to use an Elgato capture card. They don't know how to use the share camera feature in StreamYard, or the share camera feature in Restream, or the share camera feature in EVMux, or the myriad of cameras that you have access to in Ecamm or in vMix. You are not looking at it from the perspective of, what do I have capacity to do? You're looking at it from the perspective of, what have I done in the past that I'm comfortable with? And being comfortable is dangerous. Being comfortable is where greatness goes to die. Being comfortable means you never push yourself. You never get to meet the version of you that's on the other side of your known limits. Push past them and greet that person like, hey, this is a different version of Kirk. I've not met you before. I'm excited to get to know you. You don't know what you're capable of until you get yourself out of your comfort zone. That's what I want to land on today for the Coaching Corner. There's so much new gear that's going to be coming out. What is the barometer? What is the rubric? What is the metric for saying, I need this, I don't need this? It is not a groupthink project. This is not gear acquisition syndrome. This is going to come down to, am I currently leveraging all of the functions of what I currently have? And if the answer is no, it is not time. It is not time. You do not have permission to start trying to get more. You're at a space now where you're looking to move from one platform to another, regardless of how you got here. For some of us, the best thing that could have happened to our content game is that StreamYard changed the prices. Because you were comfortable sitting where you are, doing what you were comfortable doing, and now you have to get out of your comfort zone to learn something new. I see it from several of you. Comfortable is where greatness goes to die. Push past it. Push past the known limits and greet the version of yourself that will only be found there. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. I see my sis Shay is in the chat today. Thank you so much for coming through, Marshay. One of our newest members in the Workers Warehouse. Thank you so much for being with us today. I want to say, man, we went way over time. I apologize for that. We're coming up on 2 hours right in the next few seconds. I'm going to land just now, but I did not want to close out without giving you that last story. We started by saying, get out of your comfort zone. We started there right at the beginning of Coaching Corner. We went through a myriad of different things. I created some videos. I edited some stuff. I showed you some different things. I answered some questions. We even had Monty Weaver come on, talk about the new Rode Videocaster. But here's where we're landing. Even as we're talking about some of these pieces, we're looking at some of these new platforms. People are in a space where they're open to the idea that they're going to have to try something new. I'm simply saying, diarize it. Notate down what you're experiencing right now and find areas in your life where you can experience this over and over and over again. Don't limit yourself. You have capacity and access and permission for greater, for more. And I want to make sure that you get a chance to do that. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. Thankful for your time and attention today. It's been a great one. We'll see you around these internet streets or in the next video. Grace and peace, fam.